Hello, and welcome to another Nimble video tutorial. So it's been a couple weeks since I've done an update, and a lot has been going on. You know, whenever I talk to people in IT, developers, managers, whatever, and you hear them talk about standards, web development standards, and adhering to certain frameworks and libraries, it's really amazing to me that the term standard gets a little bit more kudos than it deserves, because they don't say a quality standard. They just basically are saying they're doing what everybody else is doing. And here at Nimble Solutions, we're here to up that game. The idea of this platform and this framework is not about adhering to the standards that everybody else is doing. It's about improving them. And there's one word that distinguishes Nimble from all the other frameworks. Nimble is a universal standard. The design, the platform, the data storages, and formats allow me to import and export from Nimble to any of the current mainstream standards. And that's a differentiator for me. That means I can do what I want. And over the past 2 weeks, I have been using Nimble and building my Nimble Connect mobile application. I guess when last week I did a video, I had demonstrated the layout of the UI and all the components that I have quickly built in about a day. I spent the past 2 weeks building the entire server interface and all of the database backend work. So I now have a full functioning server, as well as I have backend support with Loki.js, login, registration, adding rooms, creating rooms. Basically everything on the menu item is pretty much supported. I haven't run a full test yet. I'll probably get to that this weekend. But after I had built the server, I decided to play a little bit more with the UI. Got a couple of new ideas and I'm tossing around. But being a software architect or designer, most of the things that I do is based around functionality, feature set. And the term designer also goes into quality web design. So with a little search on Pinterest, you can just type in UI design and you'll get a nice set of design layouts, color schemes, UI templates that you can play around with and learn from. So I decided to go through a couple of these and see if I could imitate the style in Nimble. I picked this one as the one I was playing around with. I thought it was a really neat use of the drop shadow. Really elegant, clean, kind of soft in its appearance. And I decided to just, reproduce some of the effects into a sort of template or reusable components, and which brought upon a new feature. We already have widgets in Nimble, so I'm thinking about like a template set where you can package up a group of divs and controls already pre-rendered in a particular format, package them all up, and it'll go, of course, on your toolbar to the right, and then pull out your feature or reuse any of the templates that you've built in your application. It's basically a widget. It's just like a multiple widget export. That's what it basically software-wise would equate to. While I was playing with widgets, however, I was able to build a few standard widgets that I want to show you today. What is a mobile application without emoticons? So I made a nice little widget that has, I think, 5 or 6, no, it's 4 by 24 emoticons in it, and a function to, of course, set the emoticon by passing an integer. The face will change automatically using, I think it's CSS clipping. Also going through Pinterest, I was noticing how people have like standard top menu and footer bars in their mobile applications. So I first started with just a footer template that is attached to the bottom of any frame, and it will size accordingly. Then I decided to, of course, fill it in with some graphics to make it a footer nav. These things just, once you've built them, of course you import them right in along with the header, and we're right there about to be able to lay out our mobile application. Just some really cool stuff I was playing around with when I got bored after the server was built. I wanted to play with the UI a little more, and things just came about really nicely. I think I'm most impressed with Nimble's ability to create themes and enable me to mimic stuff that I'm seeing on Pinterest. Some of the graphic techniques that the professional designers use. So I'll be playing around with that, improving my skills as far as, eye candy. That's all I got today. Today's a good day. Every day that I use Nimble is like I have a new toy to play with. So I'm learning new things, best practices, and building my arsenal, of course. The Nimble Solution, version 5. Thank you for watching.